So, good day to everyone. I'm Chris Cabran V. Delinia, and I'm going to discuss today how 100 years of literature affect current events. So, I'm currently alone in my house today, and I'm so sorry about that. And so, I'm just gonna discuss some topics. So, in this time of world economic debacle, where stock markets collapse, resources start to deplete, and everything is shaken and shifted, it is good to know that we Filipinos still have a way of entertaining ourselves through an escape like literature. Recently, I have received an email about the Filipino version of Noah's Ark. It depicted the real situation of our beloved country. Allow me to share it with you. God appointed Noah to be spokesperson for his deliberate judgment to this country, Philippines. He gave him precise instruction about the flood and commanded him to build an ark with accurate measurement. Years and years had passed, but no ark was made. Disappointed, God called Noah for an explanation. Trembling, Noah enumerated the reasons why the project had been derailed. First, he confirmed that the mayor would only give him the permit of his nephew's construction company would build it. Second, the congressman wanted 30% of price as his commission. Third, the workers contracted formed a union and went on strike for higher pay. Fourth, all of a sudden, the left leaning groups protested the selective inclusion to the people in the ark, especially the male and the female designations, which were offensive to the gays and lesbians. Fifth, the Senate had hearing aid legislation summoned Noah for a lengthy inquisition, inquisition because he could not invoke executive privilege and confidentiality. Six, the Senate ruled that violated the separation of church and state. Finally, the President of the Republic of the Philippines would only allow it to tarpaulin would made to show it was her project. Towards a strong republic, and so temporary restraining order was issued on the project. With this, God desperately concluded that he didn't have to send a flood to destroy this nation, for this nation is engaged in self destruction. Farcical but factual. As they recapitulate the current events in our country, the aforementioned also serves as the potboiler of the status, success, and significance of our national literature, affirming the reality that a national literature cannot rise above the moral level of the social conditions of the people from whom it derives and inspiration. Decades ago, George Bacobo, the former president of the University of the Philippines, already foresaw the scenario of moral collapse and violence disintegration in this nation. His thesis in college and education affirms our philosophy being slanted to material well being, our lack of independent judgment, our neglect for formulation of a sound philosophy, our inability to appreciate the beautiful, and of course, our dependence on printed materials and technical know how. But above all, college and education reveals that the most recognized and well celebrated schools in our country continually produce leaders, dignitaries, luminaries, celebrities, and VIPs who can equip intellectual arrows in the best paper and qualifications. They can put to shame the rest of the world in debates and battles of the mind, can memorize all the laws of the land of the pages of the construction, can educate Juan de la Cruz in all aspects of all learning competences, but once put into power can become the epitome of graft corruption in high places and the embodiment of diabolic forces violating human rights. Ladies and gentlemen, history has recorded, literature has testified, the rise of our country through our heroes and its fall through our leaders, the birth of death of Tree of Liberty, the plight, problems, predicament, preoccupation, and the power of the Filipino people. 100 years of our national literature allowing us to explore highest and the lowest price in the human society, for keeping us abreast of our country's situation, for providing us sense of history, understanding the spirit of our nation, and for helping us discover our strengths and weaknesses as people. This Filipino literature Literature, at its finest, for a millennium, it has been very much alive, shaping current events, influencing prevalent ideologies and societal dictates, fueling our patriotism, promoting a sense of greater good, and bestowing hopes and inspiration that this nation could inscribe in the chronicle of its soul. But at the end of the day, literature of missing link, an empty chair, and blank page perhaps, for us to reset our priorities, revisit our national interest, and some revise our nation's history for the better. Would you come and take part in the endeavor? Come now. Thank you.